Hey guys, today's video I want to show you guys all the stuff that I keep in my car for car camping, emergencies, and just my vehicle. Let's go. All right, so I just want to discuss my vehicle. This is a 2007 Nissan Armada. This is a bad boy V8. This thing's got tons of power. I love this SUV. I'm really grateful that I was able to get this SUV. My last car got totaled in an accident, and this was a huge step up. This is a very good vehicle. I'm tall, I have lots of space in here. I can do so much more with this car. So I want to give you guys a walk around, show you guys my camp kitchen setup. I want to show you guys how I plan on sleeping in the car for overnighters, if we want to do some fishing and stuff like that. And just go over my emergency stuff, my tools and equipment that I always have with me when I travel on the road. All right guys, so before we jump straight into the meat and potatoes, which is this camp kitchen and where I keep my tools and stuff, I want to give you guys a quick walk around of the interior of the car and discuss a little bit how I set everything up or how I plan on using the car. So let's start up here in the front seat. I'll just show you guys that real quick. This car has tons of space. Old school Nissan. I like the older stuff because I did a lot of auto work in the past and still do here and there. So I'm well versed in older model vehicles. So we got a lot of space up here, and then show you guys the back seats and stuff. A lot of space. This is 3-row seating in this car here. And what I plan on doing, if you look here, the seat comes down. If we just let it fall, it'll lift up completely. This needs to come up, and it can butt up against here. Now I'm gonna move this front seat totally forward, and then you guys can see how much space. This front seat does the same thing. It can also flip down. What's cool is that this can actually be used as a table here because it's a flat surface, and that's what it was intended to do from the manufacturer, because it sits nice and flat, and it's got this little cutout here so you can put stuff in it or whatever. And this is the back seat right here. Let me show you guys the back area. So this right here is my mattress that I can sleep on, self-inflating. Give you guys a close-up of that. Nothing too fancy, but it's comfortable and it's good for stuff like this. Back here in the back seat, I've got a table in case I'm doing anything outside the car. And I'm gonna climb in here and I'm gonna sit down, and you guys can see the space that we have. I'm fully stretched out with my legs here, and we got tons of room. A lot of room back here, and I'm sitting a little tall, you know, but what can you do when you're 6'4"? Other than that, there's still a lot of room in here. And if you guys look here, you guys can see I'm in a sitting position and my feet are fully extended out, and I can't even touch that where the back seat is. And then I got another at least 4 feet, 4.5 feet maybe, from the edge of my toes to the glove box. And all that is space to where I can put this seat back and put that air mattress across it. So this comes to here. I can bring that front seat back to close this gap here. And then this right here comes across, and then I can just lay my mattress across it. And now I have a place to fully stretch out and sleep. Not in the sitting position. I can stretch all the way out and lay flat in here. And what I was going to say earlier was that a thing that I like about this car is that it's got this like central AC system here that runs all the way to the back. I'm going to get out so I can give you guys a better view of that. So now if we're sitting on the floor itself right here, I can show you guys this AC heating system. The vents go all the way from the front all the way to the very back. So I could have AC blowing on me back here, and I can control the AC and the heat all from back here in the back of the car. So I don't have to climb up to the front to use the center console to control any of that. Really, really dope feature. All right, so I want to save the kitchen part for last. Let's go over some tools and stuff real quick. So I always drive around with some sort of tools. I need to be able to service this car if anything were to happen to me on the road, middle of night, or anywhere. I need to be able to do the best that I can to self-assist. So let's go ahead around this way and Show you guys real quick right here. So if we come to the inside of the car, underneath this back seat is where I keep my toolbox and stuff like that, because there's a storage spot underneath the seat here. So I just have a small little toolbox with some basic tools in it. I need to throw a few more tools in here, vice grips and things like that. But for right now, it's just real basic. Some Milwaukee work gloves. And these things are beat up from all the automotive work I've done in the past. So, but keeps your hands from getting a little bit dirty. Gives you more leverage on stuff. Keep a little portable vacuum in here. You guys can see right there. A chair, a tripod chair, another tripod chair in the very back in case I'm with somebody else. And this is not just for emergencies. This is in case I'm somewhere and I want to sit down outside the car and hang out. I have the chairs there. They pack up small. Can of propane. This is for the kitchen part as a backup. Some tall mud boots here. I do a lot of fishing and stuff on the roadside sometimes, so it's good to have those. I can just throw them on and I can walk in a little bit of water, or just a little bit of snake protection as well. All right, so back to the back of the car. Another tool that I keep in here is this here pump. This is a cordless pump. You can put a battery on it, or you can run it through this cigarette lighter port. And this car has one right here in the back. And it's also got some all throughout the car, but this is a portable air inflator, and it has an auto cutoff and stuff like that. It's also a inflator for like an air mattress. It's got like an air pump for that as well. And I think it's got a little light. Yeah, it's got a light on here, but I don't use it for that. I just use it for airing up the tires. I originally bought this for my Honda Civic because I have a car that I drag race, and when I'm at the track, I run drag slicks. So this right here would be good for airing up the tire pressure to make adjustments, because when you're drag racing, the tire pressure, the PSI, is a huge factor in launching the car and getting it out of that 60 foot. So I actually bought this for that because it was portable and it can fill those tires up quick. I mean, the drag slicks that I'm running, you know, typically you're only gonna run them around maybe like, I don't know, you're gonna start maybe around 15 or so PSI, or, you know, play with it from there, but you're not really putting a lot of air in those tires. But since I haven't really been messing with the car, I decided to just bring this pump with me in here. It's a little bit more practical because this is my day-to-day car. And if I need it for the drag strip, I can bring it along for that trip. But gotta have an inflator in case you get a flat. Another important thing right here, I have this OBD2 scanning tool, and this plugs into the OBD2 port that's underneath the dash on most cars. It's underneath the driver's side right there. It's right in the front. You just plug this plug in, and you can run your codes. So if you have a check engine light or something's going on, you can get a real thorough inspection by using this right here. This is usually in the glove box, but I put it back here just for today's video. Another thing that I keep in the car here is the Milwaukee. This is the stubby 3/8, and this will do up to 250 foot-pounds of torque. And this thing's got no problem taking lug nuts off at all. I run a little thin wall 21 mil. Show you guys right here. We'll just loosen this one. See? Popped it right off, no sweat. And this is a big car, but I like running this little stubby because it's powerful and it's quick, it's lightweight and it's small, and I can even run a smaller battery on here and have this thing super tiny. But this will take off pretty much any car lug nut for a quick tire change. So that's always in the car there. And then I keep a electrical kit. So what's in this kit here is just electrical stuff for diagnosing, stuff for repairing wires, multimeter, gotta have that in the car. Solder, I use this little torch for soldering sometimes. It's quick, it's handy, it's cordless. Just a bunch of butt connectors and things like that. You don't know what you might have to repair on the road or have to diagnose. At least a multimeter in your car is worth its weight in gold. And then just a little like shop blanket here in case you got to lay on the ground and inspect something. You don't get dirty. Then back here underneath the table is my 3-ton low profile jack. And I have the low profile because depending on where you are, if you have a flat tire, it could be kind of hard to get the jack under there. But mainly I bought this for my Honda because it's very, very, very low to the ground. This jack barely fits under it, under the side skirts to be able to jack it up. But I keep it in here because it's a 3-ton jack. It can handle the weight of this vehicle. I have a few more tools under this here cover here. There's a hatch compartment down there. And I keep some tire plugs down there so I can plug a tire, some roadside flares, the jack handle for the jack, fixer flat, just in case I needed that air from the fixer flat to get the tire up in case my other pump were to go out, and just some other miscellaneous tools and stuff here and there. But that's pretty much it as far as the tools and stuff that I travel with. Let's go on and start with this here battery pack. Now this is my Rodeo battery. This is my original one that I actually paid for with my money, and Rodeo reached out months and months and months and many months later and asked me if I wanted to review the one that's in my kayak. So I said yes, because I felt like that was a better battery for my kayak. So I put my original one here in the car, and what I'm using this for is a charging hub. And I have a little power inverter set up on the top here, and that's so that way I can charge phones or whatever, any type of electronics that I need to have that I don't want to run off the 12-volt power supply from the car itself. I can run off of this. I've actually got an extra light in the car that I use for my camp kitchen, and that light right there is battery powered, rechargeable, so I recharge it and I keep it good to go based off this whole electronic setup here. So that's the battery box here on this side. Doesn't take up a lot of space here. And on this side right here, I just keep a small little cooler. This is a Bass Pro Shops cooler, and typically I just keep it stocked up with water. And if I needed like ice, I could use it for that. But I usually carry around another little cooler bag. But since I'm out fishing right now, I'm actually using it for that. But that's always in the car. So I have a little cooler set up right here. And underneath, I have these little drawers. So inside are like these giant Tupperwares, clear so I can see what's inside of it. And if we just move this right here, you guys can see that I have pretty much all food in this one, and stuff for cooking, seasonings, oil, stuff like that. We've got bags of rice here. All this stuff is dated because I need to be able to keep up on it. Since it does sit in the car all day, I don't want anything to go bad because of the heat. I've got some coconut flour here, and this right here is for my catch and cooks. You guys, you know I like to do those catch and cooks. And I mean, that's pretty much most of it. Oil for the catch and cooks. So this is pretty much just like all my food and stuff here. And that goes back up inside of there. And then on this side, I have another one. And these things are perfect because they fit right inside of here. So this one right here is going to cover all my cooking gear, my stove, utensils, cutting board, everything like that. So we'll go ahead and open this up. Just going to set this off to the side right there. And I have a little cutting board here, and this has like non-slip pads, so I can put it up on here, and this thing's not really going to slip. I've got a heavy-duty windscreen that I made for the beach, for when I was cooking on the beach and it gets real windy. Those cheap aluminum ones that you get on Amazon, they don't really hold up to beach kind of conditions or island conditions, so I have a heavy-duty one, and I use that in the car in case it's really windy like it is today. Today is really bad. So I'll just set that right there. That can also act as a cover for right here. That way I don't get any splashback while I'm cooking. Put that here. It opens all the way up, but you guys get the idea. Roll of paper towels. And inside of here, so I have this pot set, and it's a two-piece pot set from Bass Pro. This is the Ascend pot set. This is a great pot set, guys. It comes with a lid that can either fit the pot or this little mini pot / pan. The lid goes on there, and it's got handles, silicone coating on the handles, so that way you can handle it without getting burned. And then inside the big pot here, if I had to guess, I would say that this is maybe 1,100 milliliters on the big one. In this pot, I keep the stove and my lighter, stuff like that. So I'll pull this out. This is an adapter for the propane in case I ran out of isobutane, because this is an isobutane stove. And this is the stove that I'm running here for the car. You guys have seen this in other videos. It's a good, solid, sturdy stove. Put all this stuff back. And last piece of cooking gear is going to be my pan. And this is also an Ascend pan. It's got a nice folding handle on here. Now, I've got two of these. My original one I've had for years, and I liked it so much that when I decided to, this thing's being finicky. When I decided to build this setup, I decided I'm gonna buy another one and keep it just in the car, because it's a really nice non-stick pan with a really nice handle that can close in like this. Makes it really easy and compact to travel with. So that's it for my pots and pans here. So 2 pots and 1 pan. As far as the rest of the gear goes that's inside of here, isobutane, a nice big large can of it. This is 450 grams. Just some wipes and stuff for cleaning, Ziploc bags for trash, a fillet knife. Can't have the camp kitchen without a fillet knife, guys. And some tongs to flip that fish. I got a knife and some silverware, as well as a knife sharpener. One more quick thing I forgot to mention is that I have this little magnet on here with this hook, and that is so that way I can take a shopping bag or something, or trash bag, and I can hang it from here, and that way it's not going to blow away when I'm using it. And I can put my trash in there and stuff. I could also put it to here on the car itself. That way it could be a little bit higher, but yeah, that's what that's for. So this is what it would look like if I was actually using it to do like a catch and cook or something. Only thing that I need to add to this here is a fire extinguisher back here. That is next on my list, something I gotta have back here. But you guys see I have the windscreen right here just for splashback on the seats and stuff like that. As far as the lighting and stuff goes, the extra light that I put in, this is it right here. LED, and it's got different light modes, and it's pulsing right now just because it's the frame rate on the camera. But it's got 2 different types of brightnesses. I typically will run it on that one. It's like a soft white, pretty bright. And then I've also got the trunk light here that I can also use as well. And that's in case it's like low light and, you know, I need a little bit extra light to cook. All right, guys, so that's a walk around of my car and how I plan on car camping out of this thing. My camp kitchen setup, I really like how it's coming along. Only thing I may add is maybe a little portable refrigerator that I can keep in the car. That way I always have a way of keeping stuff cold, meats and stuff like that, fish, things like that, vegetables. But yeah, this is my camp kitchen, and I've used it a couple times already off camera. I've been meaning to come out and do a video on it, but just haven't really had the time for it. But today's Easter Sunday, and I'm out here to do a little bit of fishing and hopefully take some fish home for dinner tonight. And I figured I'd bring you guys along on this one and show you guys finally how I have everything set up. But yeah, so we're gonna end the video here, and if you guys can, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up for me, share the video with somebody. It helps get the content out there. Subscribe if you're new, and until next time, guys, I hope to see you on the trail. Peace.